I'm Cyrus Mabawala, Head of Thematic Research at Global Data. And today I'm going to talk to you about tech trends in the retail sector. Let me start with the economic position globally. Here is Global Data's Economic Recovery Scorecard. It ranks 35 leading countries on how well placed they are to recover from the pandemic. It is updated monthly. Most East Asian countries are consistently well placed in our scorecard. Singapore comes top, meaning it has recovered the fastest. South Korea is placed number 5 and Malaysia number 6. The Philippines ranks 22nd out of these 35 countries, and Brazil is ranked at the bottom. After experiencing negative GDP growth in 2020, many Asian economies are set to bounce back to growth. Here are the GDP forecasts for the Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia. The Philippines saw GDP decline 9.5% in 2020, but bounce back 5.9% in 2021. Malaysia's economy fell 5.6% in 2020 and is forecast by our modelers to grow at 4.7% this year, 2021. Indonesia's economy performed similarly, but Thailand's growth rates were slightly lower than the other three. COVID has driven a decade of digital adoption in 1 year, with a huge impact on retail. These charts show our growth forecasts for retail value for the same 4 Asia-Pacific markets: the Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia. The Philippines and Indonesia in particular saw impressive growth in online food and grocery retail, in both cases exceeding 100% growth in a year. 151% in the case of the Philippines and 137% in the case of Indonesia. This high growth stems from a very low base. Online F&G was marginal in both markets before COVID. Overall, and including non-food retail, which saw less impressive growth rates, online retail grew much faster than physical retail in all 4 markets. Despite growth in the online channel, retail faces many challenges beyond COVID-19. We list some of them: margin erosion, fragility of the retail model, a shift from product to experience, and other such trends. Overcapacity is not such a problem in most of the APAC region, but it is a big problem in Western markets. These problems, to a large extent, have technical solutions. We list some of the technologies that can help. So, for example, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality, the Internet of Things, and big data technology. Investing in these technologies will put retailers on the path to growth and improve outcomes. Expect to see higher growth in e-commerce, better omnichannel strategies, more warehouse automation, more in-store analytics, improved supply chain management, and the re-imaging of store space entirely. So what does a post-pandemic world look like for consumers? On the demand front, the pandemic has changed the consumer profoundly. Some of the changes are shown on the screen here. So for example, consumers will spend more time online. They will spend more time at home. They will want to stay healthy. And they will want to focus on sustainability, both in their lifestyles and in their purchasing habits. The data on this chart is from Global Data's consumer survey from April 2021. It shows combined attitudes across 12 countries in the Asia-Pacific region, including the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. We asked respondents which activities they were doing more frequently after COVID. Consumers in these markets, as in many markets in the rest of the world, are spending more time online, cooking more meals at home, buying more groceries online, and ordering takeaway more often. You can see that there continues to be high engagement online, and the home remains a key focal point. Convenience, price, and range are major factors in buying decisions online. And that highlights that the physical store can provide an experience and a social hub for consumers. Here is Global Data's COVID-19 Recovery Tracker Survey conducted throughout the second half of 2020. The chart here on the left shows what consumers were saying between weeks 1 to 11, which is June 2020 to August 2020. Post-COVID, consumers continue to buy online, but online retail and deliveries can have a large carbon footprint. Brands will continue to invest in direct-to-consumer channels, but must ensure orders are packaged and delivered in a more sustainable way. Retailers should look into minimizing these or run the risk of antagonizing environmentally conscious consumers. Some companies are leading the way through investing in sustainable fleets, optimizing and consolidating deliveries, and using sustainable packaging. More data from Global Data's consumer survey shows us that consumer choices are increasingly made with an ethical or an environmental focus. The green bars on this chart show Asia Pacific countries. The black bars are Latin America, dark green are Europe, and the blue bars are the Middle East and Africa. And finally, orange is North America. In Asia, 16.8% of consumers say their purchasing decisions are always influenced by ethical and environmental issues. In Asia, 25.8% of consumers say they are often influenced by sustainability and ethics, but only 6.2% say that they are never influenced by these issues. Microsoft and Danone are using AI to change the F&B sector entirely. In January 2021, Microsoft and Danone announced the launch of the AI Factory for Agri-Food. And that's a joint venture that aims to accelerate the digital transformation of the food sector by helping startups develop AI and cloud computing technology. AI Factory for Agri-Food is part of the Microsoft AI Factory, which also includes AI Factory for Green Energy and AI Factory for Health. The startup businesses that are part of this initiative will be jointly supported by Microsoft and Danone and will benefit from a 3-month acceleration period. The venture encourages projects to use AI for sustainable food, waste minimization, and supply chain management. Thanks to these synergies, the AI Factory for Agri-Food intends to encourage projects serving regenerative agriculture, sustainable food, waste minimization, and optimization of supply chains. These startup businesses that are part of this initiative will benefit from Danone's One Health, One Planet vision, which aims to view human health alongside that of the planet and encourage sustainability, safety, and security across the supply chain. They will also have access to Microsoft's expertise, personalized support, real use cases, and sales networks to help build up their knowledge and application of successful AI programs. This cross-sector collaboration between tech and FMCG demonstrates how a combined approach to the future of supply chain management can result in sustainable production. Now, we saw with Microsoft and Danone that technology can help food manufacturers and retailers achieve sustainability goals. But which technologies are disrupting retail businesses the most? Now, this chart shows data from Global Data's Emerging Technology Sentiment Analysis taken in Q2 of 2021. And in that survey, 49% of respondents said they believe that AI will provide significant or slight disruption to their industries, although this was down from 71% in Q4 of 2020. So AI actually appears to be having less of an impact on retail than previously thought. Augmented reality, by contrast, was perceived to be the most disruptive technology in Q2 2021, and we saw a sharp increase in terms of how disruptive people thought it was from the previous quarter. Now, this chart is taken from our thematic report called Artificial Intelligence in Retail. And the graphic shows our thematic impact assessment, which tells you how the 7 key AI technologies can be integrated across the retail value chain. Things like machine learning, conversational platforms, data science, context-aware computing, computer vision, these types of AI technologies. It helps companies determine whether they should invest or ignore or explore specific aspects of AI. And that's the color coding you see on the chart. We suggest that retail companies invest in technologies that are shaded in green. They explore whether to invest in technologies shaded in yellow, and they ignore areas shaded in red. And there's a lot more within our report and with our analysts who wrote it. Now let's look at some case studies in tech adoption in the retail sector. So first, let's start with Chanel's Lip Scanner app. In Feb 2021, Chanel launched its first AI-integrated application called Lip Scanner. Chanel's Lip Scanner app was developed in-house using patented artificial intelligence and augmented reality technologies. The app allows users to find the Chanel lipstick that matches other items, which can vary from a handbag they would like to pair it with to a screenshot on their phone of an item. Lip Scanner recognizes the selected color of the item and then suggests Chanel's interpretation from its product catalog. It also allows users to try it on their lips using augmented reality technology and a virtual try-on app. Lip Scanner offers all 400 of Chanel's lip products with varying finishes and allows users to purchase products on the Chanel website and share their matches with friends. The app took Chanel's team 18 months to develop, as training the algorithm proved difficult. Chanel extracted images from its library of marketing campaigns and product development tests to train the AI software. Chanel's team worked alongside engineers to train an algorithm that could identify and extract the exact lip shade and texture of any physical or digital image to find the closest color and texture match. Chanel has ensured the app's color and texture recognition work for the full diversity of skin tones, skin ages, skin complexions, and lip shapes. Second, let's look at Zara, and in particular, some of the robots it's using. So Zara is one of many retailers using artificial intelligence to enable efficient in-store customer services through improving the buy online or pick up in-store model, the BOPIS model. Consumers can now place orders online and then go to bricks and mortar stores to collect their goods. As more customers shift to placing online orders and collecting in store, Zara is improving its BOPIS process, its buy online, pick up in store model. To tackle the potential hurdle of queuing up in store, Zara's retail stores are introducing high-tech solutions for its BOPIS service. Customers who have placed orders online are advised to go to a collection point in store where they must present a QR code found in their confirmation email. This sends AI integrated robots around the back of the store to search for the requested order and place it in a drop box from which the customer can collect it. Zara originally tested this technology in a store near its Spanish headquarters, where it showed great efficiency. This technology has now been adopted across several Zara stores in Europe. Finally, let's look at ambient commerce, the most disruptive of all technologies for the retail sector, and a sign of what's coming in the future. Ambient commerce is a new form of shopping which makes use of sensors coupled with artificial intelligence and Internet of Things technology to help customers select and pay for their goods without the need for keyboards or cash registers. You can just walk in, pick up something, and walk out without paying, and you will be charged automatically. Ambient commerce allows physical retailers to fight back against their online rivals by turning their physical space within the store into an asset. It uses several technologies, including cybersecurity, computer vision, sensors, machine learning, and edge computing. Retailers who pioneered the concept have, however, had difficulties scaling it up. So what conclusions should you go away with today? Number one, COVID-19 has changed consumer behavior forever. They are happy with minimal social contact, and online retail is here to stay. In terms of ESG, environmental, social, and governance issues, post-COVID, consumers want to make ethical choices. Retailers need strong online strategies, but they also need to monitor their carbon footprint. Omnichannel strategies have become more sophisticated. Successful buy online or pick up in store models can benefit from investment in artificial intelligence and robotics. In terms of artificial intelligence, this is the key emerging technology in retail. It can be powerful when combined with augmented reality and robotics. And then finally, ambient commerce. the future of retail. Ambient commerce can provide the ultimate frictionless shopping experience, but few retailers have succeeded in this field so far. So perhaps it makes sense to wait until the technology matures a bit. And then one final thought for me. Here is Global Data's 2022 theme map for the retail sector. It shows the big issues that will keep retail chief executives awake at night throughout 2022. We've covered some of them in this presentation, like artificial intelligence, robotics, and augmented reality. But there are many other themes that retailers need to understand if they are to be successful in tomorrow's world. If there are any themes here that you are unfamiliar with, then start studying them. It pays to be one step ahead of your competitors. Thank you very much. This is Cyrus Maywala, Head of Thematic Research at Global Data. Goodbye.